Huge. Trump just started going crazy with the support for Bitcoin, speaking at conferences, and even went as far as to say that he'll back the US dollar with Bitcoin. But is this all just part of his election campaign? Or does Trump really love Bitcoin? This is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Bitcoin is on the ballot. Fake news time is over. Lock into real propaganda now. Welcome back to the Simply Bitcoin Bunker. Chief propagandist Rustin reporting in to deliver the most bullish show of all time. Let's set the record straight. I got a problem with authority.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Yo, back yourself, Status. You're never gonna see me wearing a red MAGA hat. Because I know it's not about red versus blue. It's green versus orange. But if the orange man is good for Bitcoin, let's f***ing go.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
They're really not sending their best. Is this really our president? Does this rile up his base? I know what a candidate could say that could fire up Bitcoiners. Here, hold on. Let me get my mug of Elizabeth Warren's tears.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Quote, I will support the right to self-custody. Bullish. I will never allow the creation of a CBDC. Bullish. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. Her tears are just so good. Poor Demeester is right. We are the remnant. We are the intolerant minority.
Oh, stop booing. There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us. Dozens!
Except the orange man didn't say dozens. He said, quote, to the nation's 50 million Bitcoin hodlers. And he would never exaggerate our number. And even if he did, who cares? This candidate has the intuition to know America has Bitcoiners who will only ever vote for the pro-Bitcoin candidate. He's capturing the swing vote via orange man plus orange coin. Meanwhile, Biden is like at a Where's Waldo painting.
It's okay, Rocky. You go when you feel like it.
Hello, anybody home in the Oval Office? The U.S. debt is $35 trillion, and it grows by another trillion every 100 days. Last month, the government spent a third of your taxes, 140 billion cuckbucks, on just debt interest to China. Even Jerome admits the path is unsustainable.
You were on 60 Minutes and you said the U.S. budget deficit, the national debt are unsustainable. Do you still view that the U.S. is on an unsustainable fiscal path?
I do. I think I tried to be clear that the level of the U.S. debt is not itself unsustainable, but the path that we're on is unsustainable, and I think that is not controversial.
You need to see the orange man wearing a Bitcoin mining hard hat. But first, look at our likes.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Make number go up, like, subscribe, and pay homage to our sponsors, The Bitcoin Way. You're looking to learn how to Bitcoin, how to properly secure your Bitcoin? You might want to head on over to the newly revamped Bitcoin Way website, where you can begin your road to Bitcoin sovereignty today. If you're looking to schedule a free 30-minute consultation, go ahead and use that link below in the show notes. Can Orange Man make your choice in November any more clear? Quote, Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against the CBDC. Biden's hatred of Bitcoin only helps China. We want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. It will help us to be energy dominant. Give me the horns. Last month, he even invited all the biggest Bitcoin miners to the Southern White House. Riot, Marathon, Clean Spark, Biden, Core Scientific. Wait, Biden wasn't supposed to be there.
Okay, thank you. And they're screaming at him. They're saying, no, you got there, you got...
Do you think Orange Man is the best candidate for Bitcoin? Tell us in the comments below.
Saw just now in the US how some of the candidates are talking positively about Bitcoin. I mean, this is great. That's fantastic. And I think you'll see that more around the world, that after a couple of election cycles, around the world, you will see more and more of it being put on platforms, and maybe even people winning because of it. So maybe this is the cycle that wakes everybody up. We'll see.
Prince Philip of Serbia predicted that Bitcoin will appear on more and more political party platforms. But we don't have to wait for any more election cycles. In current year, it's here. His party platform is clear. Quote, "We will oppose the creation of a central bank digital currency. We will defend the right to mine Bitcoin and ensure every American has the right to self-custody and transact free from government surveillance and control." But remember what I said at the start. Go f yourself, status. We don't need the orange man to win in November. We don't need any politician for anything. We don't need your fucking permission. We aren't just regular bulltard Bitcoiners. We're an extra special kind of bulltard. Listen to Pompliano.
The regular part. And so when we get into September and beyond, I think that's just enough to get the price going back up.
We know that $1 million Bitcoin just needs time because McAfee Time Traveler's price prediction has just come true. I just hope my deep-voiced, deep-throating Bangkok ladyboy took his Plan B pills this time. Space Monkey!
Ready to sacrifice himself. Great and good.
Click now to watch McAfee's Time Traveler and give us a pep. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.